not one day passed without her dreaming of him. Little did she know, however, that their lives were tied by the unbreakable red string of fate.
It was another boring day in the secret annex. Anne sat on the bed of her room, writing in her diary. It never occurred to her, however, that this entry would be her last. As she wrote in the quiet attic, there was a loud noise from downstairs. Her heart jumped with both fear and excitement. Was it them? The Nazis? Or it could be him? She had no idea whether to run downstairs or to hide. That decision, however, was made for her. Her door flew open. A tall soldier was visible in the doorway, glaring at her. The cries of her family members and friends were tuned out as Anne only thought of one thing. She stood up and followed the soldier out of her room, down the stairs, and into the back of a truck. So this is it, she said quietly to herself. And I'll never see him again. Well, I'll never see him, my one true love, ever again. And all those years of hiding, they were for naught. Then Anne realized that she left her precious diary up in her room. She broke loose from the officer and made a dash back into the shop. When he removed a gun from his holster and fired a shot in her direction, Anne fell to the floor.
And lay on the floor, feeling searing pain.
This is
right
fucking
through her
long.
leg, where the bullet had met its mark. The Gestapo officer menacingly moved towards her, grinning. When all of a sudden, there was a blinding flash of light, causing the officer to shield his eyes. A huge cloud of smoke appeared next to Anne, blocking her from the soldier's vision. When the smoke cleared, he was in for quite a surprise. There was Goku, holding Anne in his arms, standing next to a huge metal capsule. cried Anne. You came back for me! Goku smiled. Anything for you, my dear, he said. Our love will never be lost, not until the end of time. The Gestapo officer turned down and ran, but Goku was. Where am I? Was too quick for him. After laying Anne on the concrete, he dashed towards the Nazi and knocked him to the ground, unconscious with only one blow. Nazi scum, muttered Goku as he spit on his enemy's limp body. Then he returned to Anne. Here, I have something for you, Goku said, as he removed a small bean from his pocket. What on earth is this? asked Anne. Goku smiled.
Fuck is this?
Remembered how ignorant she was and to what everyday life to. A senzu bean, he said. Just eat it and it'll cure your leg. And followed his instructions and popped the Xanax into her mouth as the wound on her crab magically healed. Now come on, commanded Goku. We've got some Nazi ass to kick. And jumped on the mysterious Dave's back as he launched off into the sky.
After only a few moments, the two of them arrived in Berlin. Tanks were parading down the street as Adolf Hitler himself stood on a platform overlooking it all. Stay here, Goku said, dropping Anne in a shaded area under a tree. He then flew straight towards the parade of tanks, first outstretched and screaming as loud as he could. The soldiers below scattered in terror while the tanks tried to aim their cannons at him. He was too quick and nimble for them, however, and opened the hatch of a nearby panzer, then headed inside. After dispatching of all the soldiers in control of the war machine, he took the wheel. He fired round after round into the crowds of Nazi soldiers, occasionally firing at other tanks. After only minutes, there was nothing but a cloud of dust and corpses. Goku emerged from the tank's hatch, smiling now that he had done his duty. When all of the dust cleared, there was only two people remaining on the parade ground. Goku the Saiyan hero and Adolf Hitler, the most evil man ever to walk the earth.
Anne watched nearby fearfully as she saw the two men stare at each other for what seemed like hours. Her one true love and her ultimate oppressor. Hello?
Wait, what? Oh, that was it?
No, I'm getting white noise. What the fuck? Okay. Okay. And come down to this. So Hitler said, so, Hitler.
You're gonna make it sound Japanese.
So,
Oh,
so Hitler said, "You took out all of my men. However, are you going to defeat me?" Hitler then jumped down from his platform down onto the street in front of Goku, pulling a chain gun from the chest nearby. Goku quickly jumped behind a ruined tank. As Adolf opened fire, the tank made decent cover, but it wasn't long till it would be torn apart by the hail of bullets. Goku had to act. He dashed out from the side of the tank and flew as fast as he could toward Hitler, who had no time to react. He grabbed the chain gun out of his enemy's hands and snapped it over his knee with ease. Hitler stumbled backwards and was shocked at the turn of events. Goku smirked and then said, "It's come down to this, you and me, fighting like men. If you admit defeat now, I'll kill you rather painlessly." Goku had the definite advantage, or so it seemed. Hitler burst into laugh as Goku looked on quizzically. The mustachioed man slowly rose to the air as his brown hair and pencil mustache turned a blonde color and his eyes turned blue.
oh my god.
Goku reeled in horror.
Adolf Hitler is
Hitler
super.
continued laughing and finally said, "Goku!
What
He
the
came here expecting to find a madman, but instead he found God. Hitler had become a Super Saiyan."
and looked in awe, not sure what was going on. At first, it seemed like her lover would win the battle, but now she was not so sure. Goku now seemed scared of his opponent, and it was for a good reason. Hitler continued to speak. Goku, what the fuck did you? How did you even do that? I can't do that shit.
Do you want me to do it?
Goku, can't you see? I've reached a power level 10 times anything you've ever achieved. Your
Can
fate is
I redo
sealed.
it?
Yeah, sure.
Goku, can't you see? I have reached the power level 10 times. Unwinnable. Goku charge. Oh shit. Anything you've ever achieved. Your fate is sealed. Weakling.
Even though the battle seemed unwinnable, Goku charged in, screaming at the top of his lungs. Every blow he struck with his deflected off of Hitler's now hard body. Hitler was waiting for Goku to tire himself out, then raised his fist and punched Goku, and one punch was enough. Goku was knocked across the street into a large propaganda poster of Hitler, thudding to the cold, hard ground. Hitler laughed, thinking that victory was in his hands at last. Goku, however, was not ready to give up. Bruised and battered, he rose from the ground, limping in Hitler's direction. The Nazi leader laughed.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought you were gonna.
Uh, you still want? You still want to fight? Don't you know when to give up, boy? You can hardly walk, and you expect to beat me? Conqueror, you up?
Goku ignored Adolf's taunts as he continued to stumble his way forward. Finally, the two are rivals to face. Should I
Goku
just-
stared Hitler into the eye, then screamed, "This is for love!" and flew up into the sky. His hair turned blonde and his eyes blue, and an aura of power radiating from him. Hitler looked on in horror at Goku. He had made the ultimate achievement. He had become a super ultra power Saiyan. Goku made a cup shape with his hands, aiming at Hitler as he belted out the words, as a beam of pure energy shot at his enemy, disintegrating the Nazi leader's body. Goku then collapsed to the ground in a heap, exhausted from the fight. 2 years later, Ann and Goku had finally reached the date of their wedding. After the battle, Ann and Goku destroyed the time machine and took a boat to Australia. They changed their names and lived their new lives, ready to start over. The two young people looked into each other's eyes as they kissed, and the Reverend pronounced them man and wife. Finally, it seemed Anne was at peace, and they'd always be together until the end of time.
Whoa, that was so deep. Look at the fucking comments.
Katie Khan says, "Oh my god, that was amazing. I'll never look at the Holocaust the same way again."